Hello, hello, hello. God bless you. And we're here, we're alive today, we're above ground, and we're ready to do it one more time. Get it right. And today, I've got this dynamic person with me that came to visit with you, and her name is Debbie. Debbie, please introduce yourself to our guests.
Hello, my name's Debbie, owner of Value Dog Training here in Sacramento.
And you're training dogs. You're training
Yes,
doggies.
yes,
And what
lots
kind
of
of
that.
problems have you had with the training the dogs? And why do you find it necessary to train the dogs?
Lately with COVID-19, what is happening is a lot of separation anxiety, a lot of anxiety just in dogs, in the humans, dogs not being socialized enough, which means taken out in public, taken to dog parks, or being walked. So their anxiety level is going, becoming out of control. And that's lately my biggest issues I'm having with all my clients. All my clients are having all these dog issues, even though they're home more. They never realized that their dog had this much anxiety or didn't realize how important it was to walk every day, go somewhere every day with their dog.
Wow, that's probably they're probably tearing up the couch, you know, and the
Some
pillows,
yes, some yes.
going to the bedroom and pooping on the bottom of the bed. Yeah, I can imagine it's hysterical. Oh my goodness.
Oh boy.
Sounds like your puppy's busy.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, show us your puppy. Bring your puppy up there. This is
Oh, okay.
this is a new
So
puppy.
yes, actually, she's here for a little board and train this week. She's actually quite a big girl. Let's see if I can try to adjust everything here. Uh-oh.
Yeah, we want to see her. We want to see her. You know, we're on the radio, but we're also videoing. Oh, really? Oh, this is a different one. This is
So this is Ruby.
okay. And what kind of dog is Ruby?
Ruby's a German Shepherd.
Okay, this is not the one that you have for yourself, right?
No. Oh, the last week that was Ava.
Okay, okay.
Ava's a client's dog as well, but this is Ruby.
Beautiful, beautiful German Shepherd. All right, tell us a little bit about this one, this little mischievous one. What is his problem today? Why is he
Well,
there with the trainer?
well, she needs her owner's going away for a week to for out of town, and lately she's become not calm at the house. She's only 5 months old, but she was a calm puppy, and now some things are coming out.
Oh,
Not being calm anymore, running around, not coming when called back, and also not waiting for doors, including the
oh,
car door.
okay. So what are we looking at? We're looking at the fact that she may be lonely or anxiety because they're not being able to go out.
Well, she's a puppy, so she's going through a new stage. She's almost 6 months of age,
Oh,
so you know,
hormones.
could be. She's not spayed yet. She's gonna get spayed soon, but she's just she's not behaving currently with her owner as much as she should be, and
Yeah,
as much as she was. She started training early,
yeah.
so I was seeing her every few weeks,
Uh-huh.
and now it's been about a month since I've seen her, and now she needs some more training. So
Yes, yes, she's beautiful. She's a beautiful
thank
dog.
you.
Yes, I had a German Shepherd Malamute, and it was many, many years ago, about 30, 35 years ago, and my heart was broke when he passed away. So, no more dogs for me. I'm sorry, can't do it. Too devastating. But there's people out there that need their puppies, and they have their puppies, especially with the anxiety that everybody's dealing with right now. Really,
Yes, lots of anxiety.
there's a lot of adoption going on, you know? So,
Yes,
mhm,
lots of adoptions.
yes.
Even for older dogs. Older dogs are being adopted.
Uh-huh.
And the thing is, no matter what age the dog is, it needs to be trained,
Yes.
retrained. Even if
Yes.
it's well behaved, It needs training with its new owners.
Yes, I see that one is kind of restless. It's got you jumping up, trying
Well,
to.
I moved the dog bed so she wouldn't be putting the cow hoof on the floor so
Oh,
much.
okay. So now, what are we now? You're up in Sacramento area,
Yes,
and
correct.
you do most of your training in that area because it's the radius of your training.
Yes, but I do train within 100 miles. But
Okay,
so that's including Placerville, Auburn, Grass Valley area. You know,
that's also a good
Vacaville,
area. Jefferson area.
Fairfield area,
Mhm.
Winters. So
What about San Francisco?
I've actually gone for a few training
It's
sessions.
it's not it's not quite it's not quite 100 miles. Yes, well, we're looking for your expertise down here too. We need you down here as well. You know, anybody with the kind of patience and love that you have for the animals. Yeah, we need you. You know.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. So could you give us some information on how people can get in contact with you if they need you for their kind
Uh,
of.
I do have a website. It's valuedogtraining.com. I have a fan page that's Value Dog Training and Information. And they can also call me. My phone number is 916-201-7080. They can send me an email. So text message, but usually I just call them back.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, you know what? I want you to tell us a little bit more about some of your experience with some of the doggies and some of the things that you've helped people with.
Well, I've been a dog trainer for 11 years, but also I do private beagle rescue and I've rehomed over 550 beagles. So there's been lots of dogs in my house. And, I train all breeds, all ages. I show the owner, I teach the owner as well, not just the dog.
Absolutely. Yes, you have to do that. You know, I've seen people try to train their dog in it, and I think somebody needed to train them first. You know?
Yes, it's also getting the dog to respect the owner, but I also teach the owner how to start trusting the dog the day they bring it home, which is very important.
Yeah. Some people are not very strong, just like they let their children run over them. They let their
Yes.
children run over them.
So I'm a very strong trainer. I may not be fit for everybody, but I teach you how to be a strong dog owner.
Okay, that's wonderful.
That's important.
Yeah, people don't understand that that's really important. They have to be in control. Yes.
Yes.
Mhm. Well, I'm really so happy that you were able to come on and be with us today. And I need more information from you. I want to know about the most unusual problem a dog had that you were able to break them of, making you think, huh?
Yeah. I think the most unusual one is I had a client where the dog, he lived upstairs. And so they had to go upstairs to the apartment. And however, every time the dog, if somehow the door wasn't shut out all the way, the dog would figure out how to hop from the stairs to the fence and then hop over the fence.
What? They're
It
so
sometimes
intelligent. People don't realize.
So it figured that's how it could bolt out the door. So we had to come up with we came up with some hot wire ideas and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was just, that the dog sometimes didn't want to use the stairs. It would just try to hop the fence and.
Wow. And it lived upstairs. It lived upstairs, had the apartment upstairs. So
Yes.
come down, somehow would get outside and hop the fence.
Yes.
And that's a
From
liability.
the landing of the stairs.
Oh, you're kidding, because it didn't want to go down the stairs.
Correct.
Oh my God. Well, it could have killed itself.
Well, yes. So we had to do a couple things: hot wire with the stairs and the fence, and then retrain it how to go down the stairs.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I've seen some of them are so cute, little puppies trying to learn how to go up and down the stairs. Yeah. Well, absolutely. It's really traumatizing when you have animals that get out in the street. Not just the fact that they can get hit by a car, but it's a liability on you as well, because they
Yes,
might get out there and get frightened and bite somebody thinking they're going to be attacked. You know, a lot of people don't realize that dogs have fears too. And when they think you're might going to attack them, you know, and so they react to that. And, you know, it's people think that it's just the dog is just aggressive, but sometimes you can have the most gentle dog, and they think that they're protecting their environment. You know.
Yes, and that's all about socialization. I also promote safety. Yes, I know everybody wants to have their dog out in the front yard off a leash, but that is when the dog could see a cat, a squirrel, and all of a sudden take off. It's happened to me. You know, the dog is walking down the street, and here comes the dog owner looking for the dog. You know, so I promote safety too. When your dog's in the front yard, you put it on a leash, on a long lead, electronic collar. You know, I don't care how well trained your dog is. If it wants to just take off, it's going to take off.
It's like a child. And when they're ready to run, you know, especially 4-year-olds.
You know, especially with a squirrel or a cat, you know, it wants to go chase that squirrel or cat. Even though it's been trained, you know, it's just, I promote safety because it's happened many times.
Well, you know, it's really funny because I never had my dog. This was many years ago when I had my Malamute, my German Shepherd Malamute, and I never trained him. Well, I didn't think I was anyway, but he was a wonderful, my goodness, that dog. We would go camping. He would actually walk on trees that were down. He would just walk along the tree, you know. He would hang out with the kids. When we get into the river and we'd be in the boat, he'd jump in the water and swim alongside of us. You know, this dog was amazing. And it's just I had baby chickens at one point. And it's really funny because my kids wouldn't eat the eggs. I had eggs, you know, I had chickens, and everybody was doing chickens at the time in Oakland. And my kids were small. They were like teeny boppers, you know, and younger. And they wouldn't eat the eggs, so they felt like they were going to be killing the chickens, you know, the baby chicks. Anyway, they hatched. And so we had all these little baby chicks running around the yard. And they would get out of the front yard, out of the backyard, and they'd go in the front. But this dog would go down into the front yard and pick them up one at a time in his mouth and take them back and put them where they belonged. I couldn't believe it till I saw him doing it, you know. And he had one in his mouth one day, and he looked at me funny, like, please don't get upset. And then turned around and walked away and put them back up in the nest where they belonged, you know. It was amazing. Dogs are so smart.
Yeah, it could have went either way, right?
Well, I think it did for the dog next door. There was another dog next door, and the chickies disappeared. And yeah. But my dog wasn't even there at the time. It was up with my son. So yeah, some dogs just gobble. My dog did not. He didn't gobble anything. In fact, he was loved carrots, and I think I told you this before, chocolate cake. I know it's bad, poison for them, but he sure ate that chocolate cake. You know?
Baker's chocolate's more dangerous
yeah.
than milk chocolate.
Okay. Yeah, so anyway, we went off to church one day and left a cake there, and I promised the kids they could have some when we got back home. And we got back home from church, the cake was gone. There was nobody there but the dog. And I looked at him, he was on the floor looking so pathetic, you know, like, oh, what? Probably had a tummy ache. And I looked around, I found the plate under the refrigerator where he had licked it clean and it pushed it up on the refrigerator trying to get that last lick, that last crumb. And the cake was totally gone. And he was sitting there on his belly, looking up at me with that look like, oh, I'm sorry. You know, did I do wrong? You know? And the kids were so upset. Where's the cake? Where's the cake? What happened to the cake? We thought somebody had broke in and stole our cake. But yeah, dogs are so smart and they're so loud. Yeah, I would love to have another one, but I can't go through the heartbreak. Okay, let's take a little, before we get into any conversation, Debbie, please give them your contact information again. Slowly this time, slowly. Okay, what is it?
Debi, Value Dog Training. My phone number is 916-201-7080. My website is valuedogtraining.com. You can also reach me via Facebook on my fan page at Value Dog Training and Information.
All right. Now, I'm so glad that I was able to catch up with you. and get you on the YouTube and the radio and the podcast. Everybody's looking forward to having someone to help them with their pets, you know, and you specialize with doggies, and I think that's a great thing because we need help with these puppies. And like you said, all breeds, and there's some that is very mischievous, especially the little tiny ones, you know. And right now, I imagine a lot of them are, regardless to what size they are, being mischievous because they're housebound. You know, nobody wants to be housebound. People are going out getting upset about being housebound, so you can imagine the puppies are doing. Yeah, and then we just went through the 4th of July with all the firecrackers, the fireworks, and stuff going off. You know, so yeah, they need to get out. They need some help. And you're
Yes, they do.
okay. So you're dealing with a lot of anxiety with the dogs.
Yes. Also, a lot of leash work because dogs have not been walked as much. So there's been some leash issues, leash, reactivity. Reactivity could mean a dog barking, jumping, lunging at another dog. There could be also some leash aggression, which is a little bit more of the barking and the lunging and the growling involved. And a lot of dog owners don't know how to correct that, and I can help with that as well. I also at times do walk dogs for clients.
Do you house babysit the dogs too sometimes? Can they, you know?
It depends. Yes, I can at times. This year has been not so much, but there's been a few dogs that I've dog sat for. A few have been clients, and a few have been friends / clients. So.
Okay. Okay. Well, tell us a little bit more about some of your experience with the dogs. And in terms of food, have you ran into some issues where dogs were not getting the right kind of food?
Yes, what has happened in the last 2 to 3 years is the grain-free. It was a big craze, and now the grain-free might be a lot related to dogs getting cancer. It's not recommended anymore for grain-free. Some other things with the grain-free that could arise is, the nutrition benefits. We all need some type of grain, and so do dogs.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know dogs were supposed to be eating grains. I know my dog ate carrots, and chocolate.
I mean, yeah.
But carrots. Carrots.
The grain free. A lot of people are now trying to go to raw, but that could be issues too. There's also the raw cooked diet. There's all kinds of diets, but from my experience, there is no one diet that is going to prove to have a dog live longer. Mm-hmm. It's not just food. It's exercise. It's the dog breed. It's breeding. Just like us humans, there's a lot of different factors why some of us live longer and some of us don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what we can do in terms of supplements to keep our dogs as healthy as possible?
Well, if you feed a quality dog food, you don't need dog supplements. Mm-hmm. There's dog food that's called all stage, which means it's from beginning to end of life. My dogs, I've never switched dog food. They've been eating the same dog food since they were a puppy of 8 weeks old.
What about table scraps? What do you feel about table scraps?
Might get some, not a lot. If you think about what table scraps are, is it vegetables? Is it a little bit of meat? Is it a little bit of rice? I mean, obviously, it's not good to feed with give them onions or a lot of, spices and stuff, but some dogs it's affected them and some dogs it doesn't.
Well, I know there's a real issue about bones, especially bird bones, chicken bones, turkey bones.
Yes. Yes, chicken bones, you never want to feed chicken bones. They can splinter, get stuck into the dog's stomach, can get lodged, and that's a very expensive surgery. Bones, there's debate. Cooked bones, raw bones, beef bones, not beef bones. There's all kinds of different types of bones now. Um, but my butcher at the Safeway, they have specific packages. It says dog beef bones on it,
Well,
you know.
it probably has a lot to do with how the animal was raised, the beef, the steer, because some bones, even is if it's beef, it could be brittle if they were not healthy animals, and it could splinter as well. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, it just depends. I don't personally give my dogs bones. They get chew bones from the pet store, but I'd have never given my dogs actual bones
Mhm.
from the butcher.
Yeah.
But I do have clients, but then again, some of them are the big long ones, some of the big thick ones, some are the cow bones, pig bones. I don't know.
Okay. I just want to tell my listeners that if you'd like to see the dog that Debbie was just showing, her little puppy there that she's babysitting, don't forget to go um, to YouTube, and that's under E.L. Corey. And there's a lot of E.L. Corys, but there's only one knee. Okay. So you'll see that it'll be a red E L. Okay, so I'm E.L. Corey on YouTube, and you'll see Debbie, and you'll hear this repeat. Also on the podcast, we're out there on the podcast. So if you missed this broadcast, you can always pull us up on the podcast through the radio station, um, which is kfax.com, or you can go to any podcast organization that carries your podcast and find it through Old is New and Healthy Too. Now, Debbie and I both belong to the Happy Neighborhood uh, Project. And the Happy Neighborhood Project is a business organization that helps to promote other businesses for free right now during this pandemic situation. And the owner is Edwin Edeberry, and he wants to promote all kind of businesses that need the help. And right now it's free. We're networking. We have a huge networking organization, and the one that I am a co-host in is the San Francisco Bay Area um, organization, and that is through the what is it? The email is uh, Happy Neighborhood Project.com, right? Yeah, happyneighborhoodproject.com. That's the main one we were using. And and you can go in there and you can find all of the different opportunities that you can go to different cities and do your broadcast, introduce yourself to other entrepreneurs, and find contacts, leads, referrals. Debbie, have you been able to find anybody that you communicate with through the system?
I've communicated, yes, with a few people, and I've gotten a few clients. I've gotten a few referrals. So it's working.
Yeah.
It does take some time, but it's working.
Well,
And
people get to know you. They get to know you and trust you. That's important when you're dealing with business. You get to know and trust a person. And I've had referrals that worked out financially, and I met you. you
yes,
know,
you did. And I met
so
you, and
yeah, yeah.
I've listened to some of your stuff, and I think some of your stuff is great.
Oh
So,
yeah, and some of us,
well,
I
you know,
know sometimes I get crazy, and but I just got to be me. And sometimes I just I get out there and I start complaining about things that I don't think are right. And there's always another side of somebody's story, you know what I mean? But I get the mics, I get to say mine. Yeah, but it's just wonderful to be able to meet people like you, and have you for a lifetime, and
yes,
referring you. I know a lot of people that need this help, so that's why I wanted to put you on the airwaves and let people know that you're available, and the kind of person you are, with the sweetness and the strength simultaneously. That's why you're a great dog trainer, you know.
well, thank you, and thank you for all this today. Thank you.
Okay, well, we're going to sign off now. We've got a couple of seconds to say goodbye. And I just want to again thank you and thank our listeners for taking the time to sit through this with us. God bless you all. Okay, Debbie, and we'll see you again soon, I hope.
Thank you.
All right. Bye bye
Bye
now.
bye.